everyone, and welcome to What Were You Thinking? My name, as you guys know, is Jeremy Moses. Today we are going to talk quickly about the Colorado man, James Holmes, who really I think is less of a man, but more on that in just a second, who shot over 80 people, was convicted of his crimes by a Colorado court, and today, Friday actually, August the 7th, 2015, has been sentenced to life in prison. Personally, I have to hand it to the jury. These men and women did what they felt was the right thing. Ultimately, they couldn't agree unanimously, which was what was required for James Holmes to be sentenced to death. And I'm okay with that. If clearly these men and women on this jury have been through a lot over the last few months, as they've listened to testimony, they've listened to witnesses, they've listened to, the crime scene evidence. They've heard it all, basically, about this guy, who, as I said a moment ago, I think he's less than human. He deserves whatever he gets. I happen to believe that down the line, he will be judged not here on earth, but in the afterlife, in eternity. And personally, that is good enough for me. Now, some family members, not so much. They don't think that his life should have been spared. But most of the jury thought the same thing. But it only took one person thinking that he shouldn't be executed in order to spare his life. I don't want to debate the merits of death penalty, versus life. Ultimately, it's not our call, or at least it's not our call until we're ordered to serve on a jury of 12 people that will ultimately, sentence you to justice. And I don't envy these jurors one bit, because they had to do a really tough job. A lot of times they had to deliberate, and they had to deliberate a lot about what to do with this guy. And not only what to do with this guy, but whether he was guilty in the first place. And personally, I think he was. But ultimately, that's not my call. What is my call, however, is that I think that, he's going to be judged not here, but up above one day. And, that's the ultimate justice right there. Those are my thoughts on James Holmes being sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. My name is Jeremy Moses. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening. I will see you right back here tomorrow for another edition of VEDA. Good night, everybody.